Playboy Playmate of the Year, Heather Kozar, will be with us.
Yeah, she's coming in.
Yeah. Heather has a lot to say on the new Playboy tape.
She has a video out.
She has a video. It's a Playboy video. Let me see if I can find it. Gary, you got the tape of Heather Kozar? Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. I got it. No need for Baba Boohai. That's Jewish Baba Booey. This is a clip where she talks about the men she likes. Okay. Kind of man she likes.
The kind of man I'm attracted to, of course, is somebody with a great sense of humor.
Every hot chick always says, I want a guy with a sense of humor. But then when you meet the guy they're attracted to, he doesn't have a sense of humor. And you know what? He's really good looking.
Not necessarily good looking.
Rich. Rich or good looking.
Very, very good looking, as a matter of fact.
Who can always make me laugh, because I love to laugh. And
believe me, I always could make girls laugh. And you know what?
And they laughed and went on to some other guy.
Yeah, they'd laugh with me and then sleep with a good-looking guy.
Somebody who likes to go out with our friends and have a good time, but also likes to be at home, because I like to be at home a lot.
That's the part I don't get. I got to ask her about that. She likes to go out and have a good... She wants a guy who likes to go out and have a good time, but a guy who also likes to stay home. Now, which is it? What's it going to be? Like, I'm a guy who likes to stay home.
Well, she wants to date twins. Right.
Yeah. Maybe she wants a clone. One clone likes to go out, and the other clone likes to stay home. It's like that dumb movie.
Maybe she wants him to go out without her because she says she likes to stay home.
That's going to be my first question to her. I'm going to say, Heather, what do you mean you like a guy who stays home and a guy who likes to stay out? I think you like a guy who likes to do everything. You want a guy who's funny, stays home, goes out.
Well, from this description, it sounds like several guys.
Right.
He's funny, he stays home, he goes out.
Like between me, Jackie, and Fred, we don't even have all those qualities.
I know, but she's still going on. She has more quality.
Right.
She's looking for it.
A fat guy who's thin.
A fat guy who can be thin every once in a while. I like him when he's out and he's fat, but when we get home to bed, I want him to be thin.
I want a guy who's an introvert and an extrovert.
Right.
When a short guy who's tall.
And somebody who's compassionate toward other human beings and animals, because I love people and animals very much. And somebody who is very generous. And
I'm trying to think now.
Generous.
Loves animals, generous, loves to stay in, loves to go out. Really, between the three of us, we don't even have those bases covered.
You don't have all the
I'm not sure we have one of them.
I think she wants to date Superman.
Considerate and thoughtful and very loving, and who will care for me as much as I will care for him.
Yeah, well, you better move to Mars, honey.
Well, he probably will care for you as much as you care for him.
She'll probably end up with a guy who's like a pornographer with a pencil-thin mustache.
Right, and she'll care for him as much as he cares for her.
Right. And they'll end up shooting each other in the house.
Beats her on a boat.
Beats her with a fish.
Sorry.
You're right.
Really?
I'm sensitive. Get over here.
I'm leaving.
Do that chair.
I like leaving the house, but you stay home.
He'll leave me surprises, because I like to do things like that. To leave little notes around the house.
Look at all the work you got to put in.
It sounds like, aren't you tired already?
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. You have to go out. You have to leave notes.
Oh, I got to be funny. I'll be reading Jackie's joke book waiting
This
there.
is tougher than any job.
Hey, honey, so a guy comes up from a bar. He's just with a parrot. Parrot says to the guy,
Oh, that's funny.
"That's funny. Okay, now leave me a note.
That's my man.
You're generous. Give me $1 million.
Let's go out. No, wait a minute. Let's sit down. No, wait. No.
Or do little things like that are really special. Secrets that we can have together. And just someone who knows what he wants in life. And
How about somebody who can deliver the goods sexually? Where's all that?
Nothing about that in there.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm holding?
knows how to get it, but in a nice way.
Let me tell you, that's probably the most important thing to a woman. A guy could give you a couple of orgasms.
No, what's important is coming up.
Oh, okay.
A guy who knows how to get what he wants.
Which means money, right?
But he's nice about it.
Right.
He didn't steal it.
Yeah.
Or beat somebody over the head for it.
Or steal cigarettes from Kmart.
And that's the kind of man I like.
What about you, Robin? You like that man? I think every woman would like that man.
I wouldn't want anybody who was fussing around that much.
Really? It's too much.
Don't leave me notes.
What is it, Chance?
Howard, I just spoke to her yesterday.
What, do you interview everybody I'm about to interview?
He ambushes.
I always get them before you do.
I know. I mean, why did you get a life?
But you know something? It should be the other way around, because then you get the information from me. So I'm helping you out.
Well, go ahead and help.
Anyway, she's engaged.
Yeah.
So she already found that guy that you're describing.
Yeah, you know what? I hope she brings him with her, because I want to meet this guy.
This guy sounds like he's amazing. She hangs out with Hugh Hefner all the time.
And by the way, all these strippers are always engaged. And they're always married, and they always fool around. What?
They're engaged, married, and fool around.
Yeah.
You know, I was just checking my voicemail. You know that you went out to the mansion last weekend?
Yeah.
You were hanging out with the guy Steve with that, thing on his face?
Yeah.
He left a message, and he just said, Howard, he wanted you to know that, Heather's a really good girl.
Right.
And please be nice to her, because she's close personal friends with Hef.
Oh.
Very close. Very close.
What does that mean? She banged him?
No, actually, it's a weird thing. It's Hef, Heather, and her fiancé. It's a threesome, and they hang out and go to clubs.
Oh, I see. All right, well, I'm always respectful. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
That was incredible information.
Well, the guy must be great, because Hef usually doesn't hang around with the boyfriends of the girls.
Oh, that's right. Hef's a lot older than he used to be.
He used to make them go home.
Heather, this is Heather on talking about her sister.
Yeah.
She actually breaks down and cries while they play that bad porno music.
Let's get her to talk about her sister here.
All right. Maybe she'll cry.
Yeah.
Tiffany is one of the most genuine, sincere, smartest, kindest, thoughtful, generous, most beautiful people that I have ever known. And I know that no matter what, she's always there. We always have each other.
She has a theme, too.
It's like you with your news theme. Want to talk about your sister?
Turn around, she's there. She's going. She's the sweetest, the
Very good, thanks. Okay, that's good. Thank you. The piano music is beautiful.
Yeah. Who is that on the piano? Elton John.
Yeah, that's Hef. They're very close, Anyways, I'm looking forward to meeting Heather Kozar. Heather Kozar is here right now. She's Playboy Playmate of the Year. She's going to play the gossip game with us. Playboy Playmate of the Year means that you, out of all 12 Playmates of the Year, you are the best.
I wonder why. What makes you the best?
Well, we're going to find out.
Okay.
Also, we're going to find out what she likes in a man.
I wonder if she could repeat that without coaching. So don't play it for her. Ask
Wow, you're hot. Oh, wow. I can see why you won. I didn't realize you were this hot. I would like to ask you out on a date. What would it be like to go out with you?
Well, you certainly get a lot of attention, wouldn't you?
She wouldn't get much pleasure out of me because it'd be over real fast. So, Heather, you're real good friends with Hef, I understand. They told me you better be nice to Heather because she's good friends with Hef.
That's right.
What do you mean good friends with Hef, though? You're a young woman. He's a 75-year-old guy. What does it mean you're good friends with Hef?
Well, my fiancé and I, we go to dinner with him twice a week and go out clubbing.
You go out to dinner with him twice a week? Why do you think that you're such good friends with him? Is it your personality is so great?
I think it's the whole Midwest thing. He's from Chicago. I'm from Akron. We came from similar backgrounds. He was from a Puritan home. I'm from a Christian home. And we have a lot in common that way. And he's out to have a great time, and I'm out to have a great time.
Right.
So.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23, and you're getting married.
Well, eventually.
Yeah, you're not going to rush to get married.
No, I've been engaged for 2.5 years, so I'm not in any.
Oh, okay. So you're not getting married. You're available. Okay, I understand. You'll stay with him if nothing better comes along. Is that pretty much it?
He's a good shill.
It's funny. Here you are, famous for being nude in a magazine, and you have more clothes on than Fred over there. Isn't that amazing?
What a well-dressed
You really are. You're very,
she
very.
looks like Mary Hart here.
Yes, you're a very beautiful woman.
That might be my next job.
Has life been incredibly easy for you being this good-looking? Because you're really stunning. I mean, you walk in a room, and I guess everybody loves you immediately. Guys are attracted to you. They want to talk to you. I've often said being famous is like being a great-looking woman because everybody wants to know you. I walk into a room, and I used to be just an ugly guy.
You've walked into a room without fame.
I have, and I walked into that room, and I tell you, I was ignored. I was ignored by fat women, fat guys, you name it, I was ignored. And yet when I became famous, I know I go into a room now, and I am the hottest broad in the room.
That's right.
Men want to touch me. I go to a club, men actually touch me.
They line up.
They line up and touch me, and women touch me.
Women faint.
Yes, I've had women faint.
That's how Hef is, too.
Weak in the knees.
Well, Hef faints because he's 75 years old.
That's fainting.
Someone told me they had to drag him up on a stretcher the other day at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't quite like that.
Didn't he pass? He passed out.
He hadn't eaten all day long, and he was, had a few drinks and was having a great time. And I myself, I'm only 23. If I did that too.
Wait a minute. They say when you get that old, you forget to eat.
You do. It should happen to me. It's true, you do. I'll tell you, I met Hef for the first time at the Playboy Mansion when I was in Los Angeles.
That's what I heard.
And he looks great, and he was a very, very gracious guy.
I want to know what you mean by looks great.
I
understand it when you say she looks great.
I'll tell you what I mean by looks great.
Okay.
If the guy's 75, I'm going to say he looks 60. I'm going to say he's with it.
Is 60 great?
No. But it's great compared to 75. I've seen 75, and it's not pretty.
It's not pretty.
And Hef seems to be holding together. And I attribute it to the Playboy philosophy. I attribute it to the fact that this guy acts out his sexual desires.
I'm going to go take a look at him and see if I think he looks great.
It's being around young people, I think that,
Yeah.
He's so
His girlfriends are like 20.
I mean, what do you talk to him about, really?
Yeah, I mean, you really have nothing in common with the Hefster, do you?
Well, he tells us a lot of historical things.
Right.
Like he shares things about when Marilyn Monroe, Joe DiMaggio had passed away.
Yes.
He shared stories about that, which are very interesting. And he's just all out to have a good time. And there's actually a group of us that go out. Mm-hmm. There's a doctor, and we have a few other friends. So we all have, like, different stories to bring to the table. So it's not just he and I always just...
What kind of stories are you bringing to the table? Sex stories?
What I did that day or something.
Really? I have a lot of questions for you about what it's like to grow up, what it's like to be the Playboy Playmate of the Year, how much money you got, what you're doing with the money, what it's like to take your clothes off.
Well, how did you become a Playmate?
We're going to find all that out. But first, we must play the game.
That's right. We're here to play the gossip game.
This game is very simple. We're going to play a little game. Mike Walker from the National Enquirer. Never get on his wrong side. He's on the phone. He's going to give us 4 stories. One of the stories will be false. Mm-hmm. It'll be up to you to pick out the false story.
Okay.
We'll play 2. We'll all play together.
Sounds fun.
If you lose, you have to come over here and French kiss me. All right, so there's a lot at stake for you, okay? Where's you lose?
Where you lose?
If I lose, I have to French kiss you. All right?
Okay,
so
that's fair.
Either way, we both lose. All right, so let's hear from Mike Walker.
Inquiring minds want to know, did Jim Carrey get so carried away with the role of Andy Kaufman that he dug up Andy's coffin and climbed in?
It's disgusting, but I want to know.
Stranger than fiction. Did Adam Sandler actually reject a script for a movie because some of the dialogue actually made sense?
Bloopy, blippy, blappy.
Let's all find out on the Gossip Game with Mike Walker of the National Enquirer.
Yeah.
Quite an intro, Mike.
I live for those intros. You know I do.
Heather is with us, Heather Kozar, who, by the way, Heather will be at Coconuts today on 51st and Avenue of the Americas from noon to 2 p.m. You can actually meet with her. Is that what you're going to wear for the appearance?
I think so.
Yeah.
I have to leave for the airport directly afterwards.
Are you going to leave your jacket on during the appearance, or are you going to show your shoulders? I mean, guys want to see skin, don't they?
Well, there's plenty in the magazine, so...
You got nice legs, I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
They're like stick
Does
thin.
Heather know Sandy, Mandy, and Brandy?
Of course I do.
Hey, I know Sandy, Mandy, and Brandy. You got to see that.
I love that.
And those 3 girls only look at Hef.
Really?
Yeah, I was over there.
Yeah.
And they just stare at him. I think he fires them if they don't.
Oh, that's great, man. 73 years old. More power to him. I was, a lot of people were asking about you. Once again, very disappointed at last week's Miss Hawaiian Tropic International contest at the Tropicana Hotel.
Was that all over?
Oh, gee.
I had a wonderful time. Actually, this time I did get kissed.
Did you get fellatio?
I'm sorry?
Did you get any fellatio?
No, Dennis Rodman didn't want to go that far, but he did kiss me. And you will see...
No, be honest. You know when you're a judge at the Hawaiian Tropic, you've said to me, or at least some of the girls have said to me, that if you have one of those judging ribbons on, that you can receive fellatio. Is that true?
Let's just say that when you have one of those judges' badges on, I mean, I don't know about that, but You can do just about anything. I mean, girls do fall all over you. I don't know what some of the other judges are doing, Howard. You know that I, of course, treat this as something very professional.
I bet you do.
I view it as giving back something, you know.
All right, so then you were there and they crowned the winner?
Yes, they crowned the winner, a lovely girl from Texas.
Well.
And but everybody was asking how come you just refuse to come to this event. They just don't understand it.
Well, I think you understand it. Come on, let's play the game. We got Heather here. She's ready.
Next to girls in bathing suits.
Yeah, I don't like. You know that I think it's wrong that women should be evaluated on their appearance. I think that that's sexist and wrong. Don't you, Heather?
Yes.
Yes. Heather does too.
Oh,
you know, women aren't meat, Mike. I don't need to spell this out for you. While you go and pleasure yourself to the images of these women running around next to nothing, I happen to think that women have a brain in their head, and I'm intellectually stimulated by a woman. My own wife is a master's candidate, has a master's.
You shame me, Howard.
Right. Heather, don't you hate when guys just look at you and they don't see the person that you are?
Well, it's difficult, but most of them don't even talk to me, so.
Right.
Well, guys are usually intimidated by someone as beautiful as you.
You're right, especially...
You talking to me or Heather?
Isn't it true that really good-looking girls sometimes have trouble getting dates?
Mm-hmm. A lot of the playmates have trouble.
Yeah, I have trouble. All right, let's play the game.
Let's indeed. Heather understands that we're going to do 4 items.
Yes.
And one of them is false.
What are you saying? Heather's stupid and doesn't get the game?
No,
see, there goes Mike.
There you go again. What's your story? All right, Mike, go ahead. Come on, this is fun.
All right, here we go. Item number 1. Julia Roberts insisted on rehearsing her kissing scenes with her Notting Hill co-star Hugh Grant and rehearsing, saying she wanted to, quote, get it right. But she whispered to pals that the real reason for all the extra work was use the best kisser she's ever locked lips with on screen. And note to Julia's beau, Benjamin Bratt, she said on screen. Next on the Jerry Springer Show.
Yes.
Talk show host with troubled relationships. Jerry showed up at a charity event where Oprah Winfrey was on hand and got into a long chat with her longtime beau, Stedman Graham. Finally, Stedman caught sight of glaring Oprah and said, "Got to go, Jerry. Oprah doesn't like me talking to you." Jerry retorted, "If you two have a problem, you're more than welcome to talk it out on my show."
That's great. Go ahead.
Betty White will appear on Jay Leno's Tonight Show next week to plug her first new sitcom since Golden Girls.
She's still alive?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Who are you talking about?
Betty White.
Betty White, Golden Girl.
Yeah.
And but she's going to show Jay something truly bizarre. Betty was baking a batch of cinnamon buns, and when they cooled off, she was stunned to find that one of the gooey treats looked exactly like Cher.
Okay, and number 4?
Paramount execs wanted to howl when Drew Barrymore showed up for a meeting with her 4 dogs. After the Pooches ran amok in the conference room, the never-been-kissed star kissed off the honcho's movie proposal, whistled a command to her pack, and waltzed out, leaving the bigwigs to clean up the doggone mess.
Where was this?
This was at Paramount.
All right, here's what we got. 4 stories. Which one's false? Julia Roberts kissed Hugh Grant so many times rehearsing because he's the best kisser in the whole world. Jerry Springer talked to Stedman. Oprah put a stop to that. Betty White will show Jay Leno a Cher-like cake, cinnamon bun. And Drew Barrymore brought her dogs to Paramount, and they pooped. They crapped all over the floor. Well, these are 4 stories that, of course...
Runs the gamut, doesn't it?
It runs the gamut. It's hard to figure out which would be the false story. I am having difficulty, so I'm going to turn to... I'm not going to go to Heather yet. I see she's still lost in thought. So I'm going to go to Jackie the Jokeman.
And I'll just merely say it's number 4.
Number 4, Drew Barrymore. Why?
I have my reasons, but I'm not going to tell you until the end.
Why is that? Why are you saving your reasons?
Because I'm not sure of my reason. No, I'm sure of my reason, but I'm not sure. I don't know if Fred, are you playing? I'm not saying. See? So I can't say. See, whenever there's a dog story, it's always Fred. When Fred writes, he writes a dog story that's false. I think if Fred wrote it, that's it.
All right, so there. Fred, are you playing now?
Is that his answer?
Yes.
I'm not playing.
You're not playing. All right. All right, Robin, what do you say?
Trust me, Howard.
I want to go with the Jerry Springer one.
Why? I'm thinking that, too.
Because I think that Stedman would already know that Oprah has a problem, and he wouldn't be caught talking with Jerry if that were the case. I've got to agree with Robin. That one smells fishy to me, too. And, Heather, what do you think? You are a Playboy Playmate of the Year. That title brings you a certain entree into the world of show business. You know things.
You know things we don't. You've seen things. You've probably seen celebrities up close. We're sequestered. What would you say is the false story?
I'm caught between the first one and the third one.
Julia Roberts and Betty White.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible thing to be caught between stories, isn't it?
What's pondering?
God, I wonder what it's like to make love to you. Look at the bob. Look at the bob. You know, she looks like a woman.
Wow.
You know, we see girls in here. You have the full figure of a woman.
Thank you.
Are those implants? They
Light
are.
enhancement.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. What do you dig?
Thanks, yes.
What do you think of Pamela taking hers out?
Well, they were a little large, so it's probably a light, a lot of weight off of her back, which is actually better for her because she's so petite.
You're a D cup.
Mm-hmm.
You're carrying around a big balloon.
I'm a lot taller, though.
Yeah, how tall are you?
She is. I'm like 5'7".
Beautiful.
She's really tiny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big girl.
So what's the false story?
Yeah.
I'd have to say, let's just go with number 3.
Number 3, Betty White. You don't believe...
And a cinnamon bun that looks like Cher?
You don't believe there's a cinnamon bun that looks like Cher?
No.
All right. Heather says it's Betty White. All right, so Robin and Howard agree it's Jerry Springer. Betty White is with Heather, and Jackie says Drew Barrymore's dog duty.
Poop story.
Well, your contention is proved, Howard. Beautiful women can and do have brains, and Heather is certainly one of them because she's the only one who's got the right answer.
Wow, look at that. Well, that means she has to kiss me. Because I lost. I feel bad for your fiancé. He's going to be terribly jealous when I ran my tongue all the way down your throat and played tonsil hockey with you. Well, isn't that something?
Well, congratulations, Heather.
Thank you.
That's right. But believe me, Heather, you should be happy. The last girl who lost had to have a Pittsburgh platter for me. And you know what that is, honey. You've been around the block.
Heather, are you in this issue?
Oh, yeah.
The June 99.
June 99, she's on the cover. I like the stockings and the furry thing you're holding. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't shave.
Oh.
What is that furry thing you're holding?
It's a Marabou boa.
I love it. Very sexy woman. Okay, so listen, Mike, thank you.
Well, thank you very
Can't
much.
wait to talk to you next week. This is always a fun
You'll
game.
be talking to me
Yeah,
from
you
London.
stump us almost
London.
every week.
England.
London, what a shame you won't be home with your wife and kids.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Here he is, the great Mike Walker.
Ooh, now I know.
Now I know.
Me too.
Thanks, Mike Walker. You're listening to the man who thinks he knows everything, Howard Stern.
You can meet Heather tonight at Shooters in Cleveland from 8 to 10 p.m. So she's leaving New York after she appears here from noon to 2. Then she goes to Shooters in Cleveland. And also you'll be joining 250 Playmates and Sable the wrestling chick at the Playboy Expo on July 16th, 17th, and 18th at the Pacific Design Center in Los Angeles. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're pretty busy.
Absolutely.
And when you win Playmate of the Year, this is a big thing.
It is a big thing.
It's exciting.
Yes.
Do you think you won because you're such a good friend of Hef's?
I don't think it had to do with that. I think it was because I worked so hard for the company and I got to know everyone in the offices and all of Hef's friends, so maybe a little percentage.
Have you ever had sex with Hef?
No.
You have never had it?
Never.
Has he ever approached you for sex?
No.
I don't believe any of that.
Well, I'm engaged and he knows Glenn, so...
And what does Glenn do? How does a Glenn get you?
Glenn
Yeah, where does Glenn get you? You're 23, you're young, you have your whole life ready. Why Glenn?
I met him when I was 18.
Oy vey. Is he the only man you've ever made love to?
No.
He is not.
No, he's not.
There were others before him.
Yes.
But they were boys.
You lost your virginity at 16?
Yeah.
And how many men did you have between the ages of 16 and 18?
Ooh. Should I say that?
Yes, of course.
Please.
A few.
A few. 3, would you say? 5?
Maybe a couple more.
Maybe 7. Any of them?
10?
Were any of them black?
No, not that many.
Were any of them black men?
No.
They were not. So you're saying you never made love to a black man?
No.
Oh, boy.
Only white
Your
men.
career's over. You're ready to stop without that?
Do you really think that, let's say 20 years from now, you won't be wondering what it would have been like to make love to a few more guys?
Well, I have friends that did, so they kind of explained it to me, so.
And so what do you think? I mean, is Glenn such a great lover?
He's fine for me.
He is fine. Yeah. And you achieve orgasm with Glenn?
Absolutely.
You do. And how many times a day do you make love to Glenn?
Well, now that I'm on the road, I don't get very many.
When you are in a relaxed situation, how many times?
Once or twice.
Once or twice a day? So he must be huge for you to say, I want to marry him.
He's perfect.
And what does he do?
He's an entrepreneur. So he has...
that means he doesn't work.
Yeah. He works for me now.
What is he, your manager now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey.
What is this?
Well, it just seems to work out because he knows, you know.
Come here, I'm going to talk to you privately. I'm going to have a long
And I don't
conversation.
have to pay him.
Where did you grow
How
up?
old is this Glenn?
Yeah.
He is quite a bit older. He's
40?
46.
46?
Wow.
Do you support his whole family?
No.
He's 46.
He pays for everything. I just have...
Why don't you go out with a young guy, like 45? Someone in that age range. You know what I mean?
How's your dad?
My dad passed away when he was 50. That was 4 years ago. So.
He would have been 54. You would have been thrilled with Glenn.
Yeah, they could have hung out together.
He wasn't very thrilled because it was actually when my father was dying. Stay away from him. But
your father was dying of what? What did he die of?
Cancer.
And you get that from meeting Glenn, I think. But your mom is still alive.
Yes, she is.
Are you close with her? You are? You don't seem like you are.
Well, I mean, it's hard to be close when you're so distant.
Do you ever call her? When? How often?
She just called me the other day for my birthday, so...
And how long was it between the calls?
I saw her a couple weeks ago when I was in town.
You did? All right. So there is a normal relationship there.
Yes.
And where did you grow up?
Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio.
That's right.
And you must have been the high school cheerleader, the high school prom queen, the whole deal, right?
Not so much in high school. That was more in junior high. I was very active. And then in high school, I was a little more laid back and more into my friends.
Drugs?
No.
No drugs?
Just a little bit of drinking.
And you were also very popular, weren't you?
Not really.
Oh, please.
Kind of like...
Come on. Come on.
Click the click.
Guys wanted you?
I had several guy friends, yeah.
You did? And you
so when do you meet Glenn?
Well, actually,
wait a second. Have you ever had a girl?
No.
You never have done that?
No.
I don't believe that.
I've had the opportunity.
You had they hit on you?
But, no.
Boy, you're beautiful. There's nothing wrong. I can't find a fault on you. Had any work done besides your boobies?
Nope.
Nose thinning? Lips and collagen? Really?
Nope.
Lipo?
No.
Nothing?
That's too painful.
You would never do it?
that on TV.
You would never do it?
No. I'm a wimp.
So when does the 40-something-year-old man show up?
Are you naturally blonde?
I'm an ash blonde. I lifted a little bit.
You do? And you're blonde, you're blonde down there, too?
Didn't you look at the magazine?
I'm going to look at it right now. And did you dye it? You dye your hair down there?
Everyone compliments me on how natural I am. So.
But you dye your hair down there?
Yes.
You do?
I think it looks a little silly when it's black down there and, you know.
Oil?
Yeah, I mean, how do you do that? Doesn't that sting? Let me take a look at your pictures if you don't mind.
Be very careful.
Let's see you. Oh, you're very full figured.
So blonde.
Yes, very blonde. And you've got a nice tuchus. Look at that. And the boobies look great. Very natural looking, even though those are implants. Let me take a look at this page. Oh, you're lying down. You're completely exposed to me. Yes. Yes, garters. You're into garters and stockings, or the magazine was more into that?
It's more of Hef's decision. He likes the very classic look, which I agree with it because it's more timeless.
He's a pervert. Look at that. Look at that. What is that thing? There's a belly chain, but yet it goes over your private parts,
doesn't it? It's like a necklace.
It's a necklace for your private parts.
It's actually like a piece of artwork without the arms. It's like the body.
I want to buy that for Robin.
It's really neat.
Oh, look at
Vogue, so they had to put it in the...
And what are you doing here? You're getting into a tub so I can see your ass? Beautiful. And now you're in a tub. You're with bubbles. You've got some bod on you. Are you uptight showing off your body?
No. I used to be, but I'm fine.
I see. And I don't read any of your vital statistics in here. Let me check, though.
I just need to know if Glenn found her in Akron or she'd gone to Los Angeles on her own.
No, we actually met in Akron at his restaurant and nightclub. So.
Now he won't let go. And you, let me see what it says here. Let me see. You were hanging out at the Playboy Mansion with Salman Rushdie?
Yes.
Oh, really?
I had no idea who he was until people started coming up to me and asking me, what did he say to you?
Is it true George Clooney hit on you at the Playboy Mansion? It is true. Why did you turn him down?
We basically took a picture together, not really hit on me.
But he wanted to go out with you, didn't he? Did he ask you out?
No.
That's a lie. Why are you lying?
I'm not lying.
You are lying. I can tell by your look on your face you're lying. I hardly know you and I know you're lying. Why not go with George Clooney? Wouldn't you like to experience some George Clooney love?
Absolutely, but I'm engaged.
So what? Engaged schmade, you're not married.
I love Glenn. Yeah.
I love Glenn so much from Akron. He's my manager. Yeah, Glenn will get really mad.
You competed in the Hawaiian Tropic pageant, but you didn't win?
No, I did not even place in the top 25. Obviously,
shocked.
because I didn't get to know the judges, I guess.
Could be. That could be.
I think that's why.
You say before you became a Playmate, you worked in Pizza Hut? No kidding.
Yes,
you were the Pizza Hut girl?
I worked there for a year and a half. It was one of my favorite jobs.
Can you imagine finding that at a Pizza Hut?
Wouldn't you be a pizza addict?
Oh, I'd be so into pizza. And you wore the pizza suit?
It was basically like a polo shirt with a pair of jeans.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Were guys hitting on you constantly at the Pizza Hut?
I mostly worked in the back, so just the guys that worked there.
Wow, I can't believe it.
Why was he at Pizza Hut when Glenn owns restaurants?
Well, that was before Glenn's time.
Oh.
My sister worked at a Pizza Hut, and so she arranged the job for me.
What do you mean you hang out in a limo naked when you party? What is that about?
Oh.
What does that mean? Explain that to me. I'm
After going out and, being with Brandy, Sandy, and Mandy, and whenever there's a new playmate in town, we always have to initiate them. And so, of course, we throw them out there, and they have to stand up topless going down Sunset Strip. So then
part of an initiation. I see. And you made about $100,000 for being the Playboy Playmate of the Year? Mm-hmm. And what do you get, cars and junk like that, or do you get cash?
I get a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Almost $250,000 in cash and prizes. Which,
really?
Yeah.
What are some of the cool prizes?
I received a remake of a 1965 Shelby Cobra.
Oh, no kidding. Mm-hmm. Are you going to sell that, or are you going to drive it?
I'm going to keep it for a while.
I
think it'll be fun.
Right.
And then
you give it to Glenn?
Of course.
No.
No, okay. It's yours. You got nice teeth. What, you have braces?
No, never.
Look at that. You got any sisters? Oh, yeah, you do.
I have an older sister.
You cry about her on the tape. Funny.
I heard that earlier.
That's great.
What are you crying about?
Yeah, mellow out.
I don't know. I was just so happy.
You were happy. And you have a brother?
I have a younger brother. He's adopted.
Oh, he is? Oh, so that doesn't count. Right, Robin?
Oh.
Not a real brother.
Sometimes I don't like to count him, no.
Your brother is born-again Christian?
I'm sure he is, too.
He is? Are you a born-again Christian, really?
Yes.
You are?
I was born and raised in the church.
Do you have a problem being naked and being a born-again Christian? Isn't that supposed to be bad?
It's supposed to be bad, but for me it was kind of self-esteem. You know what I mean? I was very ashamed of myself when I was growing up because I wasn't supposed to watch soap operas and I wasn't supposed to have sex before I was married and all that. So it was kind of like a freeing experience for me.
Right. You made your own rules. You're a born-again Christian, but you have your own rules.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, how did you have sex in this born-again Christian household?
Well, let me tell you something. It's rough.
A good liar.
Were you supposed to throw out the baseball at some local game and they canceled it because you were in Playboy?
It actually got rained out.
Yeah, but they canceled it ahead of time, didn't they? Yeah. All the townspeople have to be coming down on you because you're hot.
They only mentioned the negative.
Right.
There were 3 times as many people that had called in and emailed and saying, why isn't she throwing out the pitch?
And you mean to tell me when you went on the yacht with Hef and 2 of his friends, you did not have sex with Hef when you went to the Con Film Festival?
We haven't gone yet.
Oh, you are
We're going May 12th.
And you don't think you're going to have sex with Hef? I don't believe it.
I'll have my own room.
Oh, I don't care. Hef has a camera in every room. When you've been at the Playboy Mansion, have you seen people having sex in the grotto, the underground cave?
I've heard about it.
Have you seen it?
No.
Have you seen sex at the mansion?
You've not made love in the grotto.
Yes. Have you seen people having sex?
I've seen sex at the mansion.
You have?
Yes.
Under what circumstance and what room? You were at a party?
Yes.
And at the party, what happened?
Just people getting crazy. Out in the front, in the driveway, actually,
there was
a certain celebrity that had his hand down someone's pants, and they're like, sir, would you like a room? And he's like, no, that's fine.
And they have sex rooms at the mansion. I was there. They have rooms where you can go and have sex.
Did you see that van room?
Yes.
Padded with all the mirrors?
I saw it. I was in there. I was with myself in there.
So you've been in there, huh?
Well.
So you've been in the van room.
I have to give lots of tours at the mansion.
Weren't you in the van room with George Clooney?
Yes.
Tell the truth.
We didn't quite make it that far.
I see. So this is very exciting for you.
Yes.
You're happy to be associated with Playboy.
I'm very happy.
$250,000 is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a beautiful woman. What do you want to be, an actress now? Do you have any kind of desire to do that?
I think so, but actually I've been considering like Entertainment Tonight or like you said, American Idol.
You'd be good on that show. I would tune in for that. Is Glenn your fiancé ugly?
I don't think so.
Really? Is he here today?
Yes.
He is? I want to look. I got to see the guy. I got to see.
He's going to kill me now that I said
I got to see the guy that gets
you. Mr. Wonderful.
Let me see Glenn.
And does he meet up to the standard that you say you want?
He does, absolutely.
Oh, sure he does.
He likes to go out and stay home.
Go ahead, Tommy. You're on the air. You're on with Heather Kozar, the Playboy Playmate of the Year.
Hi, Heather. I love you. I love you for your mind and your body, but you were so mean to me last year.
What do you mean? Where did you meet Heather?
She was getting into a limo outside of the Hard Rock Cafe, and I went over to get her autograph, and she pushed the door, and I tripped over the curb, and I fell on the ground.
Wow.
And then she rolled down the window, and she looked at me. She said, why don't you have some dignity? You're more pathetic than that lousy singer, Nancy Sirianni.
It is a joke. That's right.
Hot pants.
Oh, for God's sake.
He gets in every day.
That was good.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. Michael, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
Hey, dude.
I'm a big fan.
Oh, wait a second. Here comes Glenn. I got to take a look. Let me see Glenn. Oh, come on. I'm better looking than Glenn. Glenn, am I better looking than you?
I think it's close.
It's close. Yeah. Man, look at what you got going on.
Yeah.
So let me get it straight. You were married at some point, right?
Yeah.
And you probably have kids.
You probably have kids. You don't have any kids?
No.
No children?
Just Heather.
Just Heather. Wow. How lucky are you?
Fortunate.
What's it like when she takes off her clothes? Give us a guy's point of view, will you?
It's probably as exciting for everyone else.
Really?
I go through the same emotion.
Come on, don't lie.
Is she the most beautiful woman you ever had?
Yes. Absolutely.
Howard, and you were living in Akron and you discovered her?
No, we were both she came in about 5 years ago at the restaurant, and we became friends before we became intimate.
What are you doing befriending an 18-year-old?
Howard, you know what's funny?
Really, you be ashamed of yourself.
I need to hear Glenn when he's talking to his buddies. Because he's trying so hard to be cool right now.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's like anybody else. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, hey, she's a lovely girl, but, you know. So you must be a millionaire or something, because I'm not, or you probably have the best Coke in town. I mean, I don't know.
I drink Pepsi.
You drink Pepsi. But are you a multimillionaire?
No.
You're not?
I'm an average guy.
An average guy.
Well, what are you doing hanging out with Hef? Why does he like you so much?
I think he likes her.
I think so.
Yeah, we have a very special relationship with Hef. He's been very good to Heather.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me get this straight.
Show up without her.
I mean, seriously, it looks like a kidnapping when the two of you are side by side. Are you telling me that did you have anything that happened as a young child where it was a molestation or something like that, and now you're searching for daddy or something?
No.
Nothing like that?
I never expected to date somebody that was so much older than me.
Right.
But he's actually, I mean, I have to tell him to straighten up a lot of times.
Really? Because he's so wild.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look like Conway Twitty, actually. I don't mean that as an insult. I mean, Conway Twitty's a very handsome man. All right.
Twitty City.
Yeah, Howard, you go to the Playboy Mansion, you have it up there, you know, you have to go by that rock that talks to you.
Yes.
I love to see the part where Glenn pulls up and they go, it's Glenn, and they go, where's Heather?
Right.
She's not here. Go away.
So you went, why is the engagement 2.5 years? When are we going to see you marry Heather? When will that happen?
We talked about 9/9 of 99.
I see.
And we've been very busy on the road working.
You feel 9/9/99 would be romantic?
I thought it was fun because she was 99.
And Heather, you really are anxious to get married?
No.
You're not? Because you know that you can meet other men, right?
No, not that.
Then why are you not anxious?
I'm just not in a hurry. I think that this year is going to be so crazy anyway that you don't want to just rush getting married to get married. You want to enjoy it, so.
Wow. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Well, you're a lucky guy, I got to say. I wish I was your penis.
You know what? Glenn just waited for his wife to be born. You know, he was here already, and he waited.
Denise, you're on the air.
Hi, Heather.
Hello.
I'm from the Portage Lakes.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is that where you're from, Heather?
Pretty
That's
close.
from Green.
Yeah.
And Glenn used to own the harbor in the Portage Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
I just have one quick question.
Sure.
Remember when he bought you that green Mustang?
Yes.
Like
You bought her a Mustang? That's nice.
It's funny, I was making the payments.
Oh, really? Oh, you bought the Mustang. So you didn't buy the Mustang.
No, I paid.
I found the Mustang.
You found the Mustang. All right, so you found the Mustang. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
No. That just wasn't the story. I was just wondering, how do you go home and tell your parents my boyfriend's buying me boob jobs and cars and stuff. I was just seriously, how do you come home to your parents?
Well, what are you saying? What age did you start dating Glenn?
18, she met him.
Oh, 18.
Yeah.
So your parents must have been in shock that he was a much older man, right?
Well, there was so much going on. My father was dying at the time.
Right.
And I pretty much moved out and moved in with Glenn
wow.
a year.
You got her when she was 18.
Oh, man.
You ought to write a book. I'd read it. I would.
You'd rather have a film, though, maybe.
Maybe. 18.
Well, we were friends before we became intimate. I said that. We were for maybe a year. I think that's important to have a...
You do?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I do, too.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn, do you still own the harbor down there?
No, I sold that to Chris.
All right. Well, congratulations, Heather. I wasn't being mean. I just really wanted to know, you know what I mean? How do you come home and tell your parents that? You know what I mean?
Well, you don't really go home and say, "Oh, guess what, Mom and Dad."
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? How'd she take it though? I think my parents wig out if I got breast implants or something.
Well, after the initial shock, she's fine. She still loves me unconditionally.
What were your boobs before you had your implants? Like a B cup?
No, it was like a C.
Oh, so you mean everyone noticed, though, when you had it done? Did your
They
parents...
thought I had a boob job before I had a boob job.
Oh, I see.
I don't even know. I mean,
wow.
I had to prove it to a lot of people, but...
Well, you got beautiful boobs.
Thank you.
I'll tell you that.
I'm very happy with them.
I am, too.
Well,
all right. Thanks.
Thanks for calling.
Congratulations, Heather.
Thank you.
Bye.
Congratulations is right. Well, Glenn, and I'll congratulate you.
Glenn.
Yeah, never mind Heather.
I was going to call him Glenn.
Glenn, you're the man. And Glenn, what do? You parade her around a lot of different places? You go to restaurants with her? And the guys must all stare, right?
Well, Yes, but that's okay. That's what it's all about.
I mean, you must love it.
You met Heather and you said, I'm moving to Los Angeles?
Well, actually, we went out Christmas Eve in '97 for the Playmate of the Year party, or for the New Year's Eve party.
Right.
And virtually, we never left.
No.
What were you doing there?
Heather was the January Playmate of the Year.
How'd she get into Playboy? We never did discover that.
I don't know. I'm still working on how Glenn met her when she was 18. And they were friends for a year. A lot of older guys have high school girls as friends. That's pretty typical. Yeah, I'm pretty good friends with this 18-year-old girl at the high school.
Just a friend.
Just a friend for a year.
I'm to the restaurant. I'm you did.
I don't even buy that.
Well.
But I don't care. You did it. I can't say I'm not jealous.
But at the end of that year of friendship, she moved in the house, okay?
Mm-hmm.
After he moved the other girl out.
Well,
right.
Heather was going through a rough time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Father died.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my mom died of cancer, too, so that was probably what brought us together as we were
Well, that ain't what brought you together.
Yeah, a lot of people's parents have died of cancer.
Yeah.
Not with all of them.
Can you give me a list of all the playmates whose parents have just recently died?
Howard.
Yo!
Howard.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Nothing. What is this girl chilling with a 46-year-old?
I wish it was me.
I straight up, I wish it was me. I'm 25, and I'm hung, and I'm ready to party with her if she wants to get busy.
Well, here's a guy who's hung and wants a party. Are you available for that? Well, why did you meet Heather Kozar today at Coconuts on 51st and Avenue of the Americas from noon to 2?
If you're so hot, maybe you'll sleep her.
And I think that you might be able to steal her away from Glenn. The way you describe yourself. I mean, that's great.
I can't figure that out. She's hot. She's a playmate. She
obviously needs an older man who is more experienced.
Nah, that ain't true. Because I'll rock that world.
I'm rooting for a guy like Glenn at this point in my life.
Nah.
I'm jealous, but I'm rooting for him. Patrick, go ahead.
Hey, Howard.
Yes.
Hey, I used to work with Glenn about 22 years ago when I was 16.
Yeah.
This guy used to screw around and his first wife so much is unbelievable. He used to bang every waitress in the whole place.
What about that, Glenn? Have you had your share of waitresses, and were you unfaithful to your first wife?
Let's not go there.
Let's not even go there.
Yeah.
That's a yes.
I tell you what. Howard, he will dump her, believe it or not.
No, I don't believe it. I think Glenn's gotten it out of the system.
Because this is his best prize. But he was a spoiled brat way back then.
Well, it sounds like another jealous guy.
No.
Glenn, sounds like he's jealous. What can you do?
He used to shoot pans off the walls and threaten little kids that used to work for him.
Is that true, Glenn?
He likes kids, so stop.
Yeah, well, he didn't back then because he was a spoiled brat, the little white suit.
Oh, well, Glenn, it sounds like you've certainly come under attack since you got such a hot girlfriend.
You'll have it.
A lot of jealousy.
A lot of jealousy. Well, let me tell you something. Heather, you're a beautiful woman. Congratulations on your Playmate Centerfold and Playboy Playmate of the Year award. Glenn, I worship you. Meet Heather today at Coconuts. Meet Heather tonight at Shooters in Cleveland from 8 to 10 p.m. See her in the current issue of Playboy. Heather will join 250 Playmates and Sable at the Playboy Expo on July 16th, 17th, and 18th at the Pacific Design Center in Los Angeles. Good luck. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And you're a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
How did Playboy discover you, by the way? I never got to that.
It was actually in Cleveland, Ohio. I tested for the Book of Lingerie, which they had a model search in '96.
Right.
So you were doing some modeling because you'd done the Hawaiian
Mostly just swimsuit contests. And then I just got the courage to go in and test for that. And then Chicago had seen my pictures and called me in for a centerfold and worked my way up from there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're perfect. Okay, well, I'll go jump out the window.
And what is it you're looking for in a man again?
Wasn't it a sense of humor?
Number one, the sense of humor.
Glenn hasn't been funny once. No offense.
Something funny, Glenn.
I've made you laugh the whole damn morning, and you're sitting there and telling me Glenn's funny?
Even with Glenn.
I can't believe it.
Well, this is Heather's day.
Oh, that's funny. What else was she looking for in a man?
Go ahead. Stays in, goes out.
Now, what is that about? You like a man who likes to stay in and go out.
Well, do a little bit of both.
I think you're looking for too much. And I don't believe Glenn's all those things.
They have secrets, and he writes notes.
Glenn, you haven't been able to get another Playboy Playmate in bed with the two of you? Haven't worked that yet?
We've had the opportunity, but we don't go there.
You don't?
No.
Interesting. I go there. All right.
Nobody goes with you.
I go to the bed and no one shows up. I was in that damn sex room at the Playboy Mansion by myself with a bottle of oil and a magazine.